So I'm welcoming you to our webinar about how to apply to the University of Tartu. And my name is Anna and I'm from Marketing Office and I'm going to moderate the session today. And today I have with me Anneli, who is an admission specialist, who is going to navigate you how to use the university website and going to answer your questions. And I have also Eda and Katrin, also from Admission Office, who are going to also help to answer questions, because we were expecting quite many questions from you today, and we would like to cover as much as we can. Please leave your questions under Q&A box, and please keep an eye, because some of the questions are going to be answered live, some of the questions are going to be answered in written form, because we might not be able to cover everything, all the questions that we receive in 1 hour. But please leave your questions throughout all of the webinar. It's a really unique opportunity to ask your questions directly from admission experts. And yeah, I think I will give a floor to Anneli. So Anneli, you can start with your talk.
Yes, hello. I hope everybody hears me well. I'm Anneli, as Anna already introduced. I'm one of the admissions coordinators at the University of Tartu admissions office. And we are very happy to welcome you here, and I will try to give you a brief presentation about the application procedure, and I will do this by the help of our website, and I will try to share my screen now with you. Okay, I hope you can see my share screen now. So here is the address of the website. It's ut.ee. And when you go here, you should choose English from the right corner. And then from here, you can see admissions. When you click on the admissions, you arrive at our admissions website. And the website is really the place where you should look for all information. We really try to keep it up to date. And here you can find the most up-to-date information. And here you can see on the left side menu, here we have bachelor's information and also medicine, which are the first level programs we have. And then there's the master's, PhD, and other information, including frequently asked questions and contacts. And for example, I'll just take one example of one program. We have program-specific websites, and if you want to know the application procedure, the best thing is to see one program's website. For example, let's take master's. I'm clicking here now. Let's choose international programs. These are the programs in English. And here you can see the list of all the programs that we offer in English. And for example, how to apply for, let's say, quantitative economics, which is one of our very popular programs. When I click here, we end up in the website of the University of Tartu's School of Economics and Business Administration. And here you can see the introductory information about the program. It's a master's level program. Here you can see all the deadlines. The application system opened on January the 2nd, as you might already know, and then the deadline is March 15th. The final admission results will be published by May 15th, and the academic year this year starts on August 30th. So here you can find all kinds of information about the program, about its courses, the people. You can see here study environment, the program details. For example, it's the level of study, the degree awarded, the duration, the credits, and also the tuition fee, and also the study places, and the number of tuition waivers. And for example, here is a really important part that many of you are really interested in, is the tuition fee and scholarships These change a bit year by year. So for intake 2021, the tuition fee for this program is 3,800 euros per year, and etc. All this information is written here. And also it's written here if there are any tuition waivers. This varies program by program. And for this program for 2021, there are 18 tuition waivers for best applicants according to the general ranking list. And yes, and regardless of citizenship, sometimes for some programs it's specified here if there are tuition waivers only for EU applicants or if the tuition waivers are given regardless of citizenship. So here you can also ask students, read other information, see a video. And if you have more questions about the program itself, its courses, and etc., then you should contact the contact that you find here on the left bottom corner. Here you can see the contacts of the program director, Mr. Jan Masso, and his email address. So you can ask him all the questions regarding the program and the courses. We at the admissions office usually do not know the specifics about each program. But now on to how to apply more specifically. When we scroll up to the top, you can see here the green button, how to apply. And when you click on this, you go to the program-specific application webpage. You can see here again the deadlines. Here you can see a button to the application system. Many of you may already know that we use the electronic application system, DreamApply. I will talk about it a bit more later. But let's see here now, the admission to quantitative economics program. First of all, we have here the entry requirements. So these are the prerequisites to that you have to have in order to qualify for applying for this program. For master's level programs, you have to have a bachelor's degree or equivalent qualification, or it must be obtained by the end of July. You can also, this means that if you're graduating this year, you can also still apply with your current transcript, your most recent transcript, but you must graduate by the end of July. If you, for some reason, can't graduate by the end of July, then later on, even if you have been accepted, your admission will be cancelled. But yes, you have to have the bachelor's degree or equivalent. And here you also see, here is a link to country-specific document requirements. I will click on this now. So here we have a page with all the country-specific document requirements. For example, if you are graduating right now in Azerbaijan, then we click on Azerbaijan, and you are applying for a master's level program, such as quantitative economics. Then you can see here what you need to submit to apply: a bachelor's degree diploma and a transcript of records. If you apply, for example, from, I don't know, Nigeria, then you can see from here, again, applying for a master's level program, you can see here a bachelor's degree diploma and transcript of records. And sometimes we also have some special notes for different countries, so you should also read these. But let's go back to the application website for quantitative economics. So you have to have the bachelor's degree, and for some programs we also have to have some certain courses that you have to pass in your previous study level. These are called the prerequisite courses. So for quantitative economics, you have to have passed mathematics in the value of 9 credit points, European credit points, and probability and mathematical statistics in the value of 6 European credit points. So yes, and we will look at your transcript to see if you have passed these courses or not. And these you have to have passed by the time when you are starting to apply. And another thing that you have to have in order to qualify for applying, you have to prove that you are proficient in English. in academic English. And for that, you have to submit an English test result. And when you click here, here we have our English language requirements website. And here we have listed all the tests and results that we accept. We do not accept other results, only those that are listed here. So there is no point in asking for other results, because we have thousands of applications each year, and we have to evaluate all applicants equally. We only accept certain tests and results. And here we also have some exempt categories, and these are also very detailed categories. And if your situation, or also your country, for example, in some categories, some countries are listed, and if your country is not listed here, then unfortunately you are not exempted for this requirement, and you have to submit an acceptable test result in order to qualify for applying. Okay, but let's go back here. So a bachelor's degree and an English test result is the minimum that you have to submit, or you have to submit it in order to qualify for applying. And the applications are evaluated. It also differs from program to program. For quantitative economics, it's the score of your motivation letter, and this yields 60% of the final score, and then the average grade of your previous study level, or your GPA for your previous study level, and this yields 40% of the final score. And here you can also, here's a link where you can also, if you follow this link, you can read more about how we calculate the percentages and the final score and etc. And here is the most important part, I think. We have here a step-by-step detailed application guide that we really recommend you to see. And this should really help you to find answers to all your questions and how to apply. So if you open step 1, submitting the online application. So applications are, we only receive applications through the online application system, and you should submit an application there by March 15th for the master's program. So if you click here, you are taken to the online application system, study in Estonia, Stream Apply Study in Estonia. And here you can also see the application information. Again, it's not so detailed as in our website, but it's an overview. And here you can start, if you click here, you can start applying. You have to register for using the website, for using the platform, and then you can submit an application. If you have questions about how to submit an application there, specifically in this platform, then you can see here at the bottom of step 1 a guide to submitting an electronic application. So here you can find help if you need any help. So in the online application system, you also have to submit the motivation letter. You can also see the requirements of the motivation letter if you click here. Then the certified copies or official copies of your degree documents. And here is also the explanation what you should do if you graduate this year. So in the electronic system, you should only upload scans, and the initial admission is carried out based on scans, and later the applicants who are admitted are also required to send paper documents, but now you only have to submit scans of the documents. But these have to be official documents that you use for making the scans. So also you have to have translations into English in case the original documents are not in English. Then you have to submit a scan of your English test result, then a copy of your passport page stating your personal particulars, and then also you have to pay an application fee of 50 euros, and then you have to submit also a confirmation or a receipt for the application fee. And then you should submit the application by March 15th at the latest. And then I will not talk about more about the further steps, you can read about those here. But the important thing is that after the deadline arrives, March 15th, we will close the application, and then the program admission committees will review all the applications and will evaluate those, give them scores, and then a general ranking list is formed. And based on this ranking list, by May 15th at the latest, we will announce the admitted or the results, and we will contact the admitted candidates. And all this is done through Dream Apply. So we will send you feedback about your applications, if something is missing or not, or if everything is okay through Dream Apply. And we will also tell you if you got accepted or not, also through Dream Apply. And you must accept the place also through Dream Apply, but we will instruct you through Dream Apply again how to do this and etc. So this is everything from my part for now, and I will stop sharing the screen now.
Thank you very much, Annelie, for showing the website and for showing how to use the University of Tartu website, because it's really useful when you're applying, because all the information usually listed on the website. So you need to first familiarize yourself with the website and then start your application process. So now I can see that we received quite many questions. Please still continue writing your questions. We are going to try our best to answer it live and then to answer it in written form. So right now, I don't want to waste the time. I will open a Q&A session, and we will start from our first question. Good afternoon. I would like to know if it's possible to prove my English level by Единый государственный экзамен, Unified State Exam, in case I will take exam only in June and will receive results only by the end of June.
Yes, if you go to our English language requirements website also that I showed you before, then we also have listed there the EG exam and also what you should do if you want to apply with your exam result that you receive only in the summer. But yes, you can apply with the result in the summer.
Thank you very much, Annelie. Next question. I'm not an enrolled full-time student at school and do not grading list. The last certificate I have is Basic Education Diploma, 9th grade. I'm going to take external exams in all subjects for the whole Belarusian school program during May and get my grades in June. Am I eligible to apply? If so, how?
I'm afraid I lost half of the question because of technical issues, but I see that it's a really country-specific and personal question. So with these questions, you should just write to us and we will answer these in a written form. So you should just write to admissions@ut.ee.
Yeah, I can also send later the email so you can write there. But I guess like as long as I am familiar with your system, you're going to get the certificate after 9th grade, but then you should be able to provide your transcript of record for other years. But it's really better if you write to admission office because it's a very country-specific question. Mm-hmm. We will provide the admission email into the chat box. The next question. My university has a policy where they do not give official result letters unless the Board of Awards and Progression has met, which they do only in summer. Therefore, I cannot get confirmed year cert first semester marks. And at this time, they do not give out any result papers signed. We can print ones ourselves from a specific service, but they are not signed. Would that work?
Usually not. We really need some kind of certified documents because this is the basis of admission. So we just can't, the admission is not done based on any kind of documents. We really need certified documents. So we need the results to be certified by your school. But you can write to us also again So maybe we can look into it with more detail, but usually, no, we need certified documents.
Thank you very much, Anneli. Anneli, maybe if it's easier for you, you can also open Q&A box so you can also see the questions because they're quite long and sometimes it's easy to lost it. The next question is going to be answered in written form by Katrin. So we will proceed to another question. I have an English and Arabic language proficiency letter from an international university. Is IELTS also compulsory for me for PhD theology?
Yes, well, as I showed already also before in the English requirements webpage, there are some certain countries from which we accept that are exempted. For example, if you have studied in EU in English or in Australia or United States, but with other countries, you have to provide an acceptable test result, the TOEFL or IELTS.
Thank you very much. So the next question, what are the dates to apply for the Estonian language programs?
I'm afraid
I think it's 1st of May. The application is open from 1st of May until 1st of June.
Yes, I only know about the international programs, so yeah, I'm sorry.
The next question, my bachelor's diploma is in both languages, Ukrainian and English. Should I upload the original document to Dream Apply or should it be the copy certified by a notary?
Well, you can upload a copy. You can just make a scan of the copy of the original. But when you are starting to send the documents, they have to be if you get admitted, and then if you are required to send documents by post, then these have to be certified copies of the original documents. But for now, you can just make a scan of the original documents.
Thank you very much. The next question. Hi, in my application, I need a certified translation of school certificates and grades. My school offers to do translation into English for that. However, it's not a certified translation. Do I need to separately hire a certified translator or can I use my school's translation? Considering also that mostly just the names of the subject and what's being translated. Thank you.
We also have written about this in our country-specific requirements page. On top of it, you see at the page, you see some questions and answers. And if the documents in English are provided by your university, then we usually accept these. If they're not, we don't accept if they're made by, they have to be official translations. If they're made by someone in the university, then it's not acceptable. But if they're made by, if they're like official translations, then yes, we accept these made by a university.
Thank you, Anneli. I also will forward the link to country-specific requirements in our chat, so you can check your country and check the information more. The next question. When I started my application process, I read about IELTS and it was stated that applicants should upload scan. Now I saw that we also have to order our results for UT. Can you help? What should I do?
Yes, you have to provide, when you submit the application, you have to submit a scan of the results. And then you also have to order the results electronically for the University of Tartu. So we see the scan, we see the results, and then we check these in the online verification system.
Thank you very much. The next question is addressed to study in Estonian. So we will not going to answer this question, but I will provide you the email so you can contact our admission office regarding this question. So please see the email. The next question. Hello, I'm planning to apply for geoinformatics for urbanized society. I have a question about the tuition waiver where it is specified. If the description says that there are 8 waivers for 8 best applicants, 1 for EU citizen and 7 for others, and say I am a European Union citizen, rank 2nd overall, but the first person is already and the European Union citizen, am I eligible for a waiver?
Well, I don't know by heart the numbers, but it was said that there were 7 for EU. So
Yes.
we just take the general ranking list, and then we see who are the first 7 EU applicants in the ranking list, and those will receive a tuition waiver. And then if there was, you said 1 for non-EU, and then we see who is the first one in the ranking list who is a non-EU, and they will also receive a tuition waiver.
Thank you very much for clarifying it. There is a very long message about the unified exam in Russia. There is an except category for Russians, which is ЕГЭ. There are different ways to check one's ЕГЭ results. On the Federal Information System of ЕГЭ and on the Regional Information System of ЕГЭ. I found my ЕГЭ result on the International Information System of my region. However, the results can't be found on the Federal Information System, as there are only results of ЕГЭ 2020, not 2017. So does the official regional information system of ЕГЭ count as the official ЕГЭ online system? And can the screenshot of these results be uploaded?
Yes, if you provide information, for example, I think you usually have to also submit your local Russian passport scan. We need this number to check. If we can check the result in the local system, then this will be fine also. And yes, in this case, a scan will be sufficient.
Thank you very much. The next question, European Union students with 7 years of English classes as their foreign language at school, how can they provide a proof of English proficiency without a certificate?
Because we know that in order to finish high school in Europe, you have to meet up the B2 level of English. You have to, you can't finish high school without this level. So if you have graduated in EU, then we know that you have this level.
Thank you. The next question, what should I do if my official secondary school certificate does not include the description of the grade scale? I have my grade list, but not grading scale. I tried to get it from the official authorities in my country, but there is no such content on the certificates.
Yes, sometimes it can happen, and it depends on the country. With this question, you should write to us directly to admissions@ut.ee, and then we will see into it with more detail. If we can find this information from some other official source or something, then it's not a problem. But just please write to us, and we will see more specifically.
Yeah, you can find the email in the chat. So there is an email where you can write to. Next question. If I have my bachelor's from the UK, should I enter my grade as my grade category, first class honors as 1 out of 1? Or would it not be useful and I should just enter 0? My transcript does not show an average, just multiply subject averages out of 100 maximum percentage. Thank you in advance.
Yes, well, this is also a very document-specific question already, but usually do not worry so much what to enter in the application in this sense. Just upload the scans, and we will also see the scans ourselves and see the system. But it's good for us for reference if you enter this information already by yourself. But yes, you can write to us again. It's really difficult to say anything like this right now without seeing the documents.
Thank you very much. The next question. Hello, can I apply on March 15th or application closes or on March 14th at 23, almost the midnight, 23:59? The next question from the same message. If you hold an Estonian residence permit, can the deadline for application be extended?
Yes, the first part is that March 15th is also included. And then if you hold
the residence permit of Estonia.
Well, Yes, for some programs we have this. We have 2 programs this year: contemporary Asian and Middle Eastern studies on master's level, and business administration bachelor's program, where you can where EU applicants who have EU citizenship, and if you have a long-term residence permit, you can apply until the end of June, but you will not be eligible for tuition waivers then, or scholarships. You will only be eligible for tuition fee-based study places. So right now, the best thing I should suggest is to apply still by March 15th at the latest.
Thank you very much, Anneli. Next question. I studied in English, but right now I am unable to provide an English proficiency. Does that mean I can't apply?
Yes, because yes, if you're not from one of the countries where we apply the exempt categories, then yes, you can't apply if you don't have an acceptable test result. But then in that case, we encourage you to apply next year and have all the test results and everything by that time.
Thank you very much. Next question. Is SAIS system suitable also for admission? Are there any important differences from Dream Apply I should be aware of?
Well, SAIS is meant for Estonian citizens. It's so all foreign applicants should apply through Dream Apply. And well, yes, the systems are very different, but all the applications are gathered together in the end, and all the applications are evaluated together. So it's just another system, yes. But all international applicants, please apply through Dream Apply.
Thank you very much. Next question. My certificate of English language will arrive late after the deadline. I have uploaded my results and sent it from official website to the university. Is it acceptable?
I assume you're talking about TOEFL. If this is the case, then the arrival of the physical test certificate, it's not important for us. If you have uploaded a scan or something of the results and ordered the results from us officially online, and we can check those results before March 15th, then it's okay. Then you can apply.
Thank you. Last year, I sent original documents to the university, but couldn't join the program. Must I send new documents again?
It depends. Usually, no. Usually, we have the documents from the last year's applicants who have declined or cancelled their studies, but you'll have to check personally because it's not always the case, and it depends. Did you send the final documents, or did you send the initial documents, etc.?
Yes. Good afternoon. For over a month that I submitted my application on Dream Apply, I no longer edit some application sections, for instance, motivation letter. What does that mean? I need to edit my motivation letter.
Well, yes, this is not possible. If you have submitted the application, then you can't edit it anymore. You can add documents if you need to, but you can't edit the motivation letter. So yes, you should all keep in mind that when you submit the application, you can't edit the motivation letter anymore. But so in this case, it might seem like a really good idea to submit the application at the last minute. But on the other hand, I recommend not doing it at the last minute for the reason that if there is something missing from your application, for example, some documents, or if there is a problem, then if you submit it a week earlier or some days earlier, we still have time to give you feedback, and you still have time to fix these by March 15th. But if you submit it at the last minute, then you won't have time to fix the problems. But yes, you should keep in mind that once you submit the application, you can't edit the motivation letter anymore.
Thank you for nice tips. Next question. When you say to upload proof of registration for IELTS before March 15th, what exactly should be uploaded? My IELTS exam is on March 18th, so you can tell me what exactly is considered as a proof of registration.
Yes, a proof of registration is, for example, a screenshot from the website showing some registration information that showing your personal details and that you have registered, or an email that you received from the IELTS exam center or something like this that shows that your name and etc. that you have registered and the time of the exam also.
Thank you very much. Next question. I'm from India and I don't have my official transcript with me, but I have my official consolidated mark list in English. Will that be enough? Consolidated mark list contains every subject and marks I got during the entire 4-year bachelor's.
Well, this is again a very document-specific and country-specific question, so you should just write to us to admissions@ut.ee.
Yeah, and you can see it in the chat, and also you can check out the country-specific requirements, so you can see as well. The next question. I was enrolled as a full-time student for my master's in UK, but I still provide English language since I see some country not needed. Thank you so much.
I think I do not understand the question.
I mean, maybe the question is, I was enrolled as a full-time student and my master's in UK. Maybe the question is if it's possible to have it as a proof of English language proficiency and not take, for instance, IELTS and TOEFL.
Yes, if you studied in UK for at least 1 year as a full-time student and have at least 60 European credit points, then you belong into one of the exempt categories. You can also see it in the English language requirements page.
I can also forward a little bit later the link to all exempt categories so you can check it out. The next question about motivation letter. I have written 3,000 words for the motivation letter, which is way beyond the word limit. However, I did not know that by the time I applied. I also uploaded it in the attachment section and not the motivation letter section. Is it still going to be considered?
Well, this is an interesting question. That did the system allow you to apply without? Did the system allow you to submit the application without entering the motivation letter in the section? Well, you should write to us again. It's really difficult to understand how this could have happened, but usually we do not accept the motivation letters attached as separate documents. All the motivation letters should be included in the field on the application, in the specific field.
Yes.
Only these are accepted.
So most probably the system would not allow to submit the application if there is no motivation letter.
Yes, the system should be arranged the way that you must enter a motivation letter in the field of the motivation letter. Yeah.
Thank you. The next question again after IELTS test, about IELTS test. Can I submit my IELTS result after 15th April, or is there any exam conducted by the University of Tartu online? If yes, then what is the fee for international students?
No, you cannot submit the IELTS after 15th of April. This is the last deadline for master's level applicants and bachelor's level applicants. And yes, there is one test conducted by the University of Tartu, but it's not online. It's only on site here at Tartu. And you can only take it if you already live in Estonia, or yes. For international applicants abroad, it's not available.
Thank you very much. The next question is in Russian. Какие документы требуются для поступления? Пожалуйста, можете прислать точный список. So basically the question is about what documents are needed to apply. So it depends to what program. I think it would be better if you contact me because I speak Russian. So just write me at the program you're interested in, and then I can tell you what documents are needed in Russian as well and help you. The next question, hello, do I have to have some kind of proof from my school that I'm going to write my state English exam in May? I read that you accept Latvia's exam, but do I have to have a proof that I'm going to take one?
Yes, please write to us again to admissions and we will explain to you this.
Thank you very much. And you can find the email of admission office in the chat box. Then next question. Thank you, Anneli, for the good presentation. Please, can you take us briefly through the country-based requirement again? Thank you.
What do you mean by this? That you should visit the website of the country-specific document requirements page, and there you should find the country where you graduated your previous study level. So this is important also. If you are, for example, from India, but you graduated in, I don't know, the United States, then you should see the requirements for the United States. And if you're applying for masters, then you should see those requirements.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. Yeah, I just wanted to say that there is a link in the chat for country-specific requirements, so you can also find your country and check what the requirements specifically.
Yes, and on every program's application website, you can also find the link to the country-specific requirements. So the best thing is always to look at the website of the program of your interest. So, yeah.
Thank you. The next question. Good afternoon. I'm from Russia and I want to apply for a master's program. I have an official translation of current grades, but the grade system is not numbered, but words, by words probably. Whereas in grades document in Russian, I have numbers as grades 5, 4. Is it okay to write excellent as the highest grade possible in application, or should I explain the grading system in application? Otherwise, it's hard to calculate the average grade. Thank you.
Yes, you should try to explain the grading system or attach some kind of document that explains the grading system. That would be helpful. But also with Russian documents, we are quite familiar with those. So, yeah. But if you have any kind of document to support your explanation, then that's good.
Thank you. Then another question. Why for some countries state exams are required and for some others not?
Because these are the countries that whose education system is very similar to Estonians, and we know the all the levels and everything is in accordance with the Estonian system. So these are accepted because we know that these are equal to Estonian system exams.
Thank you. The next question. Hi, also wanted to ask if I have done BA in linguistics and English language in Russia, where I passed all the exams successfully. Do I still need to provide a proof of English proficiency?
Yes, you still have to provide proof of English proficiency.
Thank you. Our master's degree in Pakistan is equal to 16 years. Can a Pakistani apply to master in computer science after this degree?
Well,
I think it's 1 and 6, probably not 16 years, because it's not possible to have master's degree in 16 years.
Yes, you should write to us again. It's difficult to answer this without seeing the documents also.
Thank you. Next question. I have not obtained my bachelor degree yet, so I have to send my current transcript of records for the application. However, the official English translation of my transcript of records provided by my university does not translate every part of the transcript, just the most important parts. Would I translate those missing parts on my own?
Well, if the important parts are translated, then it's okay. If it's an official translation also issued by the university, then I think this will be sufficient. And we will, anyway, if you submit the application and the documents, then we will tell you or give you feedback if we still need some more information. But if it's an official translation by your university, then I think it will be fine.
Thank you. Next question. Hello, how is Nigerian credit point system converted to ECTS?
Well, this is a really specific question again, and this is done by the admission committees of the programs. And actually, we here at the admissions office do not do it. So if you have further questions about this, you should contact the program directors who are evaluating the applications. And yes.
Yeah. If you're especially interested in some certain program, you can find the contacts of program directors on the UT page. The next question, considering the current COVID-19 situation in Estonia, can students from outside the European Union have the chance to be issued a visa so they can enter Estonia in September 2021?
Well, this all depends, and no one of us can predict the future. So we can't tell you more than we can right now. That currently it's possible, I think, but we don't know what happens in the future.
Thank you. Next question. Hello, I'm planning to study medicine after my graduation from high school in Germany. What do I have to write under the program section in the education category of the Dream Apply system? Just general high school education?
Yes, I don't know exactly what you mean, but you should also add your school name there in English, if it's possible. Yes.
Thank you. The next question. Yes, I wrote extra words. So will it still be accepted as I submitted it in the wrong place?
I think this question refers to the previous question about the motivation letter. So if it was a separate file that you submitted for your motivation letter, then it will not be accepted. Only if you submitted the text for the motivation letter in the specific field on the application, then it will be accepted. There is a specific field on the motivation letter for the motivation letter.
Thank you. Next question. I have already submitted my writing sample to Dream Apply, but I want to improve it and re-upload it before 15th of March. Is it possible?
No, this is not impossible. Not possible. That once you have submitted the motivation letter, or in some cases, as I think you are applying for philosophy then, where we require a writing sample, then you cannot edit it anymore.
Thank you. The next question, is it possible to study Estonian for a year and then enroll in the second year? If there are these courses, do they take place on the basis of English or Estonian? I guess maybe I can also help to answer this question. We offer Estonian preparation year, which lasts for a year. And after this course, you will be able to apply not to the second year, but to the first year of your studies in Estonian. And I can also provide the link to the chat. And these courses are offered on the basis of English. So we can proceed to the next question, and then I will send the link. When ordering electronic results to be sent from IELTS test center, to which email address should I have to send it?
Well, usually we don't receive these two email addresses. We just access these directly in the system. But if you have to enter an email address there, you should just enter admissions@ut.ee again.
So yeah, so basically this email that is provided in the chat. Okay, let's go for the next question. I have MBA degree and still applying for a master degree in different field. Is it possible to apply?
Yes, you can apply if you have already a master's degree. You can apply for the University of Tartu and for a master's program, but you should bear in mind that in order to apply, you have to prove your previous level qualification. So you should submit your bachelor's level documents, and these are evaluated to see if you have the qualification and if you have access to master's level studies in Estonia.
Thank you. Again, probably the question about motivation letter, how can I resend it?
No, you cannot resend it.
Thank you. Next question. If my bachelor is not one that is written in requirements, for example, my bachelor's is in psychology, and for the master program, it should be in economics, mathematical science, technology science, including IT. However, I had many disciplines related to the programs, to the programming probably. Can I be applied or not?
Yes, it might be possible for you to still apply, because if you have obtained the necessary credits that we specify, for example, I think you're thinking about quantitative economics, for example, there you have to have some 9 credits in mathematics, if I remember correctly, and 6 credits in for statistics and etc. If you have had those, then yes, it might be possible. But the best thing is to do then, because you are allowed to have your prerequisite courses evaluated before you pay the application fee. If there is a program where we're applying and prerequisites are required, then what you should do is that you should upload all necessary documents, and then let us know through email that you have uploaded documents and would like an evaluation of your prerequisites. And then we will forward this to your program director, or to the program director of the program, and they will review your documents and the courses that you have passed, and they will tell you if you qualify according to these credits or not. And then you can proceed further with the application.
Thank you very much. The next, not the question, but appreciation. Thank you for organizing this week. We also thank you for attending. Hopefully it was useful. The next question. Hello, if I applied early and was sent an email to listen to this program to know how to apply, does that mean I should apply again? And no, actually not. We just invited you to our Open Doors Week, because it also comprises webinars about your program, where was actually your curriculum and all the details about the program discussed. And also right now, after this webinar, we are gonna have a webinar with students about practical stuff in Estonia, in Tartu. So to help you basically to with some practicalities and to help you to understand what are you going to study, how to settle down, and so on and so forth. So no, you don't have to reapply again.
Yeah, if you have applied and you have received feedback or positive feedback, then everything is well.
And next question. Must the UK school write formally to the University of Tartu that my program was fully taught in English before I can be accepted?
Yes. No, if you did your master's in Coventry University, which is in UK, yes. Then no, if you provide, then you have to provide the transcript and diploma and those documents, and those will suffice for proving your proficiency in English.
Thank you. The next question. On the languages spoken section on Dream Apply, what does basic, independent, and proficiency user mean exactly? I think there is a description in Dream Apply.
Yes, but this is just as you feel. It's not, you can just assess it yourself. How do you feel it?
Thank you.
The most important thing is the language test result that we are looking.
And the next question, I want to apply to medicine. Is it okay if the secondary school diploma is translated by the high school's counselor?
If it's the official translation of the school, then yes, it's okay, usually.
Thank you. Our time is coming to the end, so we are going to take a few more questions. And also, I'm inviting you to join us to our next webinar with students. So I just sent you the link. So we will continue with the questions. Can you talk about Georgian applicants? As I saw in country-specific requirements, you need school diploma and secondary education mark sheet, but only final grade in maths will be considered for BBA. Because in Georgia, we don't have exams to finish high school. We just get annual marks for our subjects by homeworks, activeness, And can we apply with this grade? True?
It's difficult to understand exactly for me right now. Maybe you should again write to admissions at UT because yes, I will have to look into the Georgian requirements and then I can answer this more detailed.
Also, for instance, if the applicant doesn't have the final grade in math, it should be from the transcript of record. We will be able to see the grade in math, which will be considered for BBA.
Yes, if you're studying right now, then you should provide all the grade sheets for your high school level or higher secondary education level. If you have already graduated, then you should provide the final diploma and grade sheet. So from there we get the final grade then. And in some countries they have final exams, in some countries they have final grades. So it depends.
Yeah, and because of pandemic, there might be some cancellations of the final exams. So we also take it into consideration.
Yes.
And the last question that we are going to take today, because of time limitation, my name is Victor, but translator has wrote my name on the first page like Victor with C, not K. Should it be a problem?
Well, it depends. We'll have to see documents. Well, usually all the translations should be correct, and but it can be considered as a transliteration. So yeah, it depends, but maybe not. But in some cases, yeah. But in general, the documents should be translated correctly. That's why we require certified translations. That the translators also have to take the responsibility of the yes, that the translations are correct.
Yes. Okay, I think it was the last question that we were able to answer during the session, but I can tell that we answered 114 questions. We had a very good team together, and thank you very much for attending us today, for being with us. We are sorry if we didn't cover some few questions that left, but because of time limitations, we have to proceed now with other webinar, so we will have to end it. But in any case, if you have any questions, you received all the necessary contacts, please write to admission office separately. We will consider all separate cases. And usually admission office is coming back in 3 business days. So you will get your answer pretty soon and pretty fast. You also will receive the recording of the webinar within 3 days after the webinar is done. Yes, so thank you for being with us today. Thank you very much, admission team, for helping today. Apply to the University of Tartu. Should you have any questions, please write to admission office.